Joey is a mirror for others to see the lack of depth that a mirror provides.
Mm-hmm.
It is a reflection of their doubts, a reflection of their fears, a reflection of their vanity. He is not any deeper than that. He is the end. If you go behind him, there's nothing.
Mm-hmm.
It is just the mirror.
Hark, ye merry band of scoundrels and fair maids. The hour hath come to gather once more 'neath the gentle glow of the cozy quilt cinema. I am your humble hostess, Michelle, and I bid thee welcome to this snug dominion where tales unfold as soft as a winter's blanket. Let every rogue set down his tankard and every wench draw near, for we shall weave a tapestry of comfort and delight ere the night doth steal away.
I burn, I pine, I perish, Tranio. If I achieve not this young modest girl, and I'm Beth. Every week, Michelle and I curl up on the couch, and we watch a movie, and we just talk it out. How it makes us laugh or cry, or sit on the edge of our seats, or even lean into a loved one. So grab your Meemaw's throw, get into the blanket fort, and let's talk about it. We are talking about 10 Ways to Tame Your Shrew.
Also known as 10 Things I Hate About You.
And it rhymes.
Yes, it does. No, we are not doing Dr. Seuss. But yeah, so 1999.
It was a time.
It was a time.
So 1999, for those of you that do not know, was on the precipice of change. It was a moment in time in which people were uncertain about the lives they thought they knew. 2000 was coming.
It was coming.
And Y2K was a very real threat in their minds.
In their minds, because really, were the computers actually going to reset to 1800?
It was possible. And we did do a lot of work trying to keep that from happening for banking institutions, things like that. But it built up into a mass hysteria. On top of that, you had kind of a mini revolution within feminism.
Mm-hmm.
And this happened, it happens in waves, and we talked about, before first wave, second wave feminism, third wave feminism. But this had a little wave going through 1999 of the self-awareness of being, of just being a person, being a human being, and not being seen as a woman set for desire.
Yes.
Placed there as if upon a pedestal for all to ogle. And this was a moment in time in which we wanted to be more. And this movie very much reflects that.
Yes. If you really, if you think about the feminist movement up until that point, it's always been stops and starts. You get a little bit, you don't get a little bit. And if you really break it down, women only kind of got the right to have a credit card and own property until like the 70s. Marital rape was still legal in the 90s until to a certain point.
Right.
So we, dealing with that, and there was a lot happening. I was in my own world at that point. But yeah.
So to do a summary very quickly about 10 Things I Hate About You, 1999. At Padua High School, free-spirited Bianca, Stratford, isn't allowed to date until her fiercely independent, feminist older sister, Kat, does. So the boys chasing Bianca pull their cash, which is incorrect, really. They find someone to back them.
Yes.
To pay brooding bad boy Patrick Verona to take Kat out. What starts as a scheme built on money and mockery slowly turns into something neither of them saw coming. And it takes a heartbreaking handwritten poem to finally say the quiet part out loud. And that is a summation of the movie, just so we can proceed on and talk about the bigger things that you were about to say.
Oh, no, I mean, I really didn't. I mean, I have lots to say, but mostly about Shakespeare. But no, because if you haven't been paying attention, I am a bit of a Shakespeare nerd. And so this kind of...
I don't think you are. I think you say you are. I think it's just to be cool. You want to look cool amongst the other Shakespeareans.
Yes. Did you know he died on his own birthday?
Yeah.
He was 52 years old, which is kind of freaky because I'm 52. So April 23rd, so, he was a Taurus. I'll forgive him for that because, Aries unite. But still, he was a Taurus.
Well, did you know that the director, Gil Younger, was the creator of Dharma and Greg?
I did not know that.
He also did Boy Meets World.
He did It's a Living. Do you remember It's a Living?
He did Suddenly Susan.
Yes. I just didn't realize. But, do you remember that show, though? Yeah. It's a Living?
Yes.
Most people don't.
I'm old, though. And we also have the writers, Karen McCullough and Kirsten Smith. Kirsten. I do that every time. I mix up the R and the I, but you're always right there to tell me I'm wrong.
I can't
because of your sister, who I always mix the R up on. Mm-hmm. I don't know why I do it, but they both wrote Legally Blonde, The House Bunny, and She's the Man.
Mm-hmm. And it's exactly what I have. I didn't have anything differently.
Because they're the ones that mattered.
Yes.
I guess. I don't know.
And like I said, William Shakespeare. Because if you know, you know. But if you do not know, 10 Things I Hate About You is a teenage comedy, kind of romantic comedy, a rom-com, that is loosely based on the Taming of the Shrew. So you are going to have your Kate Stratford, which is in Stratford is where Shakespeare was born, Stratford upon Avon, which I never can say that right.
And Verona.
Well, Verona is Patrick Verona, and that is where the birthplace of Petruchio, which is the character he is playing. If he were playing in Taming of the Shrew, Petruchio is the Patrick Verona character.
Right.
We have Padua, the high school name, which is the city that the play takes place in, and the names Caterina and Bianca are the sisters.
Yeah. So how did you feel when you first saw this movie?
I did not go into it like with any type of Heath Ledger. I mean, that's all I could think of was, oh my God, he's so cute. And, I think just watching it and then just enjoying it, and then it became like a movie to my heart. And that was kind of before I have read Shakespeare, but not really like in high school. We did Julius Caesar and we did Romeo and Juliet because everybody does R&J. But I don't remember, I wasn't into to Shakespeare until I got older. So when I saw this movie, I was entertained by it on its own and not knowing the Shakespearean tie.
Right, without the tie-in.
Yeah, and and of course you got to love that the actual, the scene that made the movie famous, which is the, him singing I can't think of the song now because I'm thinking of 30 other things. But when he's singing it to get her attention, and there's
you're just too
that's it. I could think of
true.
I could think of the words, but I couldn't think of the name. So
Can't take my eyes
Okay. But yeah, I fell in love with it, and I remember watching it a few times. Didn't see it in the theater because, as per usual, HBO. And yeah, it has been a movie that has been in my heart, even if I don't watch it. I always have very fond memories. Even though the rewatch made me aware of certain issues, it did give me a lot of fond memories to go to, and it was my cozy movie.
It's a cozy movie.
Mm-hmm.
It's fun without being too threatening. It's got some threat without being too threatening. It's got love without being too threatening.
Yeah.
There are a lot of things that are happening, and a lot of it seems edgy, but it's without the knife's edge.
Yes.
And that is a good thing, I think, because at the very first it said, the warning is, it's got language and sexual innuendo, I guess, for with teens, you know.
Mm-hmm.
It's that kind of thing, and it's warning you that there are some parts, and we'll get to those. But the thing that I saw when I first watched this movie was my very much focused on Julia Stiles and Heath Ledger.
Oh, yeah.
They're two beautiful people.
Oh, definitely.
And very attractive. And you're like, get together, please. Because you're just kind of like, you know, you want that to happen. I forgot the other part. I forgot that Bianca was being pursued at all.
I kind of did too, but I remember because like...
I remembered it once I saw Cameron.
Well, once I got involved in Shakespeare and then had watched it after that, I was like, holy crap, Taming of the Shrew.
Yeah.
I get it now.
Well, see, now, I was a big Shakespeare nerd, but I was not a nerd for his plays.
Mm-hmm.
I was a nerd for his sonnets.
I know the comedies and the tragedies, but he's got a
yeah,
lot.
I mean, there's many things that they've adapted from
but there's
his
also
sonnets.
a lot of the plays I don't know, and so I'm never going to say I'm an aficionado. I'm a fan.
Yeah, and I was a fan of his sonnets when I was in high school. So, you know, when the girl who's like very into Shakespeare in the movie, she was me. Only I was having to hide out as basically Cameron. I was the geeky kid who just read Shakespeare a lot of sonnets. Well, I read the sonnets over and over.
29 and 30. Those are my two favorites.
I read a lot of poetry. That was just my thing. I wanted to be a poet. That was the whole point of it. I was reading all the poetry I could find. Shakespeare is where you start most times. And so that's kind of what I became known for. You know, in high school, you pick up a thing. People notice something and you never get past it. So everyone thought I was like very romantic, but I was just very inept at talking to other people, and poetry lets you live beyond yourself. Yes. And that's what I loved about it. And Shakespeare is just a natural gravitation, you know, because it is so, it's very deep, but very accessible at the same time. It's like the common man's poetry.
Well, I mean, that was what he wrote for, the common man. Because I am a I love words. Even if I use the wrong ones, even if I can't remember words when I'm in the middle of speaking, I do love words. And I love the meaning of words. So Shakespeare has always been like I love that. So I wrote this down only because I thought it was funny. It may not be as funny now so we did the movie Bedazzled, and Shakespeare created that word. Yeah. He loved to take verbs and make them take nouns and turn them into verbs by just adding like ed or, you know, so like elbow is the noun. And because he used it as elbowed, nobody had elbowed anybody, but, you know, like, I guess they did it, but they didn't call it that. And he gave elbowed a term by adding ed at the end of a noun. And I just think I know that's simplicity, but it's also just like, for his time, amazing. And I was first really like engulfed in Shakespeare when I moved to Texas, and my friend had brought me to the Globe Theater of the Great Southwest and literally auditioned for A Winter's Tale within a week of being in Texas. So it kind of made me very enamored by it. And also I was told at the time by a professional actor that I spoke in iambic pentameter at times because I have the up and down in my normal speech. But I never thought that was a thing. I always took it as a compliment, even if I didn't believe it.
So the movie is about agency. That's what this movie is about. It's about female agency more than anything else. It's about a father learning to let go. Oh,
definitely. And you understand his fear,
sure.
But also he's ridiculous.
While understanding your fear, or his fear, you can understand the need for him to let go before he drives away the very people he's trying to hold on to.
Mm-hmm.
And I know there's romance in this and there's comedy, but mostly it's about a family trying to get past divorce.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And they're still working past it. Kat is angry at her mother, but she's angrier at herself. She's not even angry enough at her father. She's really mad at herself. I don't know if she feels like she is the reason. It's never explicitly said, but she punishes herself.
Mm-hmm.
She does more than just look for agency. She desires an actual confrontation at every turn. That self-destructive streak that people fall into when they're angry and can't figure out a way past the anger.
Mm-hmm.
And it is not at all Heath Ledger or Patrick who gives her that. It's not him. What it is she comes to terms with her father.
Yeah, and that's the to me, it's her real, her saying, paraphrasing here, basically, oh, I'm not like my sister. It's like, you want me to be like that?
Yeah, I can't be Bianca.
And then he acknowledging like, oh, he was surprised that she had punched somebody, that Bianca had punched somebody. And it's because I understand this relationship is well, I don't, he doesn't have to worry about to Kat because, she's strong. He knows that she's capable, and he worries because Bianca is more, naive and innocent. And that's painful when your parent you feel like your parent is not caring, but it's because they don't have to worry. And I know, I know my mom has said that to me. I don't have to worry about you. I know you're going to be okay. But that makes, as the child, that's almost hurtful.
As an adult, that's hurtful.
As an adult, it's hurtful.
Either way,
yeah.
It means they're not paying attention to you. It means they don't.
I don't have to worry about you. Well, you should always worry about me.
Why not?
I mean, because all three of our kids, they're all capable in different ways. And I worry about them in 3 different ways, but I am constantly worried about them.
Right.
And I'm always checking in on them. So for me, any parent that's like, well, I don't have to worry about you, you're capable, that to me is a cop-out.
Right. No, that's true. And Kat. I keep saying
yeah,
Kat.
no, I did that.
Kat's cynicism it's not a strength, it's a scar.
Mm-hmm.
That scar is strong because it's hard to get through. And Kat is played by Julia Stiles, who was in Save the Last Dance after this. Because of this,
yes,
The Bourne Identity, Supremacy and Ultimatum, and then Mona Lisa Smile.
Mona Lisa Smile is also another favorite of mine. Actually, I love that, and I love Save the Last Dance because honestly, these are 3 different Julia Stiles that you're getting in these movies. It doesn't seem like it because she comes off as, a hard-ass bitch to a certain degree, but that's a veneer. And even in each of these movies, it's a different type of veneer for the character. And I love that.
But they try to position it in the film like it's a personality quirk.
Mm-hmm.
But if you see past that, you see that sarcasm or that cynicism for what it is. It's just a wound that she's been harboring. And it's not just her mother, but also what she faced with Joey as well.
Yeah, and Joey's a douche.
Right. And she had to rebuild herself after all of that. And she did so to make herself pulling from Pitch Perfect into Titanium. See, that's going somewhere with it. And the whole engine of the film is watching her armor crack.
Mm-hmm.
And again, not because of someone else, but because she is learning to feel and that it's okay to feel.
Yeah.
This is about her. It's her own personal journey. Other people are there and other people are parts of that cracking. Mm-hmm. But it's not just Patrick, who is played by Heath Ledger, who did Batman. And he also did, A Knight's Tale. I was trying to think of the name.
He also, another two favorite movies of mine that he did were...
Well, it's a Dark Knight, not Batman, but you got what I'm saying.
Yeah, I'll come back to that one in a second. But Brothers Grimm and the Imaginarium of Dr. Parnassus.
Oh, yeah, I forgot he did
Which he did that right before he died.
Right, and Brokeback Mountain, yeah.
Yes, but he only was in a part of it, and because he died midway, partway through filming, because the Imaginarium is what it is, different actors play the same role. So I think Jude Law is in it. Honestly, I forget half of the actors who are in that for that scene or for that character. But what is funny is that Joseph Gordon-Levitt was also in one of the Batman movies.
Sure.
But also Heath Ledger was Joker.
Yeah.
And who does Miss Cat have in her journal a picture of? That when they go snooping through her journal.
I didn't notice that.
So they say the name a couple times. And Joseph Gordon-Levitt's character Cameron, he actually considers him a pretty boy, which I think is funny. I guess because he wears eyeliner.
He's pretty.
Well, he's talking about the person in the picture.
Oh.
Because that's why they start talking about pretty boys. Is Jared Leto. And this was back when he was in 30 Seconds to Mars, and he wore eyeliner, and he was a cute little pretty boy then, but he also played the Joker. So I like the little weird tie-in there. It's not a good tie-in, but it's a tie-in.
Sure. But yeah, so Patrick is his own person in this.
Yes.
These are just everything's a little revolution around the story. The main story, however, is Bianca and Cameron, oddly. And really, it's not even Bianca and Cameron. It's Cameron and Michael, really, because they're the ones who kind of, almost in a way, narrate this film unwillingly. Like, you follow them as their machinations.
Yes.
Pull the entire plot forward. They find the fall guy or the backer.
Yes.
The one who's going to fund it, which is Joey. And they find the guy who's going to get, the sister of Bianca.
Yeah, the Petruchio.
To get Kat. They're the ones doing all the machinations, and you're following their story, basically. And in the end, yes, everything kind of works out for everyone in a way, except for Joey. But yeah, so Michael, who's played by David Krumholtz, he's done some things. I really don't want to talk about him too much. I'm not a fan of his viewpoints. So I'm just going to leave it at that. Yeah. But he's in the movie, and it's an important part. And Michael is one of those people who is kind of pushing everyone along. And you don't really know what he gets out of this, because he doesn't seem to be getting anything throughout the movie. Yeah. Until 3/4 of the way in, you have no reason to understand why he's doing anything. And he doesn't seem to. He's just kind of doing it because he likes Cameron. And, you mentioned Cameron James, who is Joseph Gordon-Levitt, who did 500 Days of Summer. We talked about all that, Inception, stuff like that.
It was funny because, he's, he was also, he is the voice of Jim in Treasure Planet. Disney's version of Treasure Island.
Never saw it.
It's not one of their, big ones, but I think it was Disney. Now I'm questioning that one. But, so my actual first, I lied and I said that, that it was when I was doing the theater that I got into Shakespeare, and was exposed to a lot of the plays. But I remember watching the version with Elizabeth Taylor and Richard Burton, which is one of my favorite versions of Taming of the Shrew, because I think they were together at that time. It was 1967, so I'm honestly not sure if they were together at the time, but
I couldn't tell.
You can tell. There's just I feel like it's, again, maybe it's just my memories of it, and it's been a very, very long time since I've seen that version, but I feel like it was kind of true to the play. And And then I saw the play, The Taming of the Shrew, being performed at the Globe, and my friends were the actors in the play, and they're actually married to this day. So I think that's hysterical. But it is like when you look at Cameron and Michael, and you see the characters, they are the hapless guys just trying to win Bianca, and just kind of...
Sure, I'd say probably not hapless so much as unable to make everything happen in the time that they want it to.
Well, yeah, and
but they're definitely the ones leading the machinations for the entire thing.
Oh, no, totally. And that's how it is in the play, but
sure,
it's still kind of...
Oh, yeah, everything in this reflects it.
Oh, definitely.
And as you stated, many of the things that they say in the movie are meant to mimic Taming of the Shrew, but is not actually a part of Taming of the Shrew.
Well, yes, exactly. And what's funny is they've got letters to Cleo singing Cruel to be Kind.
I know.
And that is from Hamlet.
Right.
Cruel to be Kind is from Hamlet.
Well, Patrick starts the movie as a rumor. So he is the bad guy. He's the bad boy. He's the one that, he takes the money from Joey to date Kat, or to try to date Kat.
Yeah, because he wasn't really caring either way.
Right. It was a hustle to him and not much more than that. And I think he was just very isolated, mainly because everyone assumed he was this badass. And he didn't
doing porn.
He just didn't care to change anyone's mind because he's got other things going on.
It didn't matter. Yeah, it wasn't important.
Yeah, he's not self-involved, so he doesn't care. But the longer he's trying to get with Kat to attract her for this money that he doesn't really care that much about, I think he cared about taking the money from Joey more than getting the money from Joey. But the more he was around Kat, the more he started learning about her. And that, I think, is important because it's that friendship that you develop. I think saying that you fall in love at first sight is great. That is fantastic. But if you don't learn about the person and you're just in love, it's an empty kind of love. It's just a sight thing.
Oh, yeah.
You don't actually know them. And I think once you become friends with someone, it's so much easier to develop that love into a real thing instead of just the rose itself. You find that you are nurtured by the waters that the rose sits in. So you develop a deeper understanding of the reason why you're in love with someone, or perhaps you find you're not as in love with someone as you think, like Bianca and Joey.
Yes. I think she was infatuated with him because, he's a model and he has money. And she obviously has very rich tastes because she's talking about, in the beginning, she's like, the difference between love and like. I like my Skechers, but I love my, oh gosh, I can't remember what kind of purse it was, but a very, very rich, name brand, very high-end name brand. And then her friend's like, well,
Versace or something?
Yeah, something with a P. I can't remember what it was. And then she's like, her friend goes, well, I love my Skechers. And she's like, that's because you don't have a purse you don't have this brand purse. So honestly, you could have pretty much gotten her depth within a teaspoon, but Cameron was infatuated.
The thing is, Bianca has depth. She just hasn't developed it.
Yeah.
She's at the shallow end of the pool right now.
Oh, yeah.
And she's starting to learn that there are deeper waters, especially throughout this film. She starts learning that Joey he's not the villain. He's not the bad guy. There is no real
he's just
antagonist except for feelings.
Yeah, he's an asshole.
Well, he's a mirror. Joey is a mirror for others to see the lack of depth that a mirror provides. It is a reflection of their doubts, a reflection of their fears, a reflection of their vanity. He is not any deeper than that. He is the end. If you go behind him, there's nothing. It is just the mirror. And that's what he provides for them. Bianca becomes deeper by rejecting Joey.
Oh, yeah. And I think it really kind of hits her at that party when she's sitting there and he's posing. And this is my tube sock ad, but this was the underwear one, and he's doing the same pose both times.
Right.
And then later on, when she asks Cameron to drive her home, and he's like, well, he tells her that, he learned French for her. And I honestly, though, I might have gotten a little bit, first I would have been like, really like, oh my God, that's so sweet. But then I would have been like, bitch, you lied to me.
Yeah.
You learned you only did this because you wanted to be my tutor? But what?
Oh, yeah, there's no doubt at all that Cameron, although he presents as this sweet, awkward, earnest person, has some manipulation. And that is due in part to he and Michael's collaboration. I think he probably would have preferred to be upfront and honest, but since he was presented with the opportunity by Michael, he kind of just kept going with it. And yes, that is true, but he is kind of, in the series of the film itself, if you look at the film as a whole, he is the total opposite of Kat.
Oh, yeah.
He is open. He is earnest.
Yeah.
Where she is closed off and she is cynical. He starts developing a lot of her traits through the film, and she starts developing some of his, and they never talk.
That's true.
They never actually talk to each other at all.
No.
I'm not sure they actually meet at all in the film. And for me, this is like kind of the ghosts of the presence of someone. Cameron is kind of not haunted by the presence of Kat, but informed by the presence of Kat. And Kat is informed by the presence of Cameron. So in that way, they kind of balance out the film. Patrick isn't the opposite. Patrick is firmly on side Kat, on Team Kat.
Yeah.
Patrick is enamored. He becomes enamored very quickly because he's not a bad guy. He's not this tough guy who can beat up everybody. He's not even trying to do
she
that.
ends up punching Joey.
Yeah. Well, people just assume that. They assume that Patrick is going to be the one who's going to be a badass. But he's not. He's a sweet guy.
He really is.
Who has had to be tough because tough things happen.
But also, like, he has this insular way of presenting himself where, he's just he is the bad guy, or the bad boy. And, you look at Cameron and Michael, and they're kind of like, they're those guys there,
Sure.
And so the hierarchy of high school being what it is, I would have been, a little intimidated to approach him as well. And they did.
Well, yeah.
But they were intimidated because they didn't know that that it's a front. It's
the same front we all put up in high school. Everybody, and I've said this so many times before in all of our podcasts, really, we all wear masks. We choose a mask to wear. Every time we wake up and we look in the mirror, we put on a mask. We can see ourselves, but other people don't see that. They don't see what's behind the mask. They only see what we present to everyone. And depending on what we're doing that day, depends on the mask that we're going to wear or how we feel is the mask we're going to wear. And right now, Patrick is wearing the mask of someone who is frightening.
Yes.
But he's not even really trying to do it. He's just allowing people to infer.
Yes.
That's like the best kind of being evil, is to allow other people to think you're evil. And not evil, but bad. A bad guy.
The bad boy, yeah.
But in the film, he deliberately starts to choose vulnerability, not just to appease the machinations of Michael and Cameron, but he chooses vulnerability because if you don't remove armor, you can't feel anything.
Well, it's funny because you look at it, again, it's that whole, how he presents himself as a bad guy, as a bad boy. I keep saying bad guy, as a bad boy. But yet was so willing. He didn't put up a single bit of a fight when they suggested he go and sing to her.
Right. And that's, so the setup.
And that's sweet.
Yeah. The setup is he's upset her because she went to kiss him while she was drunk.
And he said no.
He said no. And I understand that because from everyone else's point of view, you're going, oh, he's being a good guy. He's not going to take advantage of her. She saw it as rejection.
Yeah.
And I can understand that too, because who wants to be rejected, especially when you're a little tipsy? That still carries over. It's like being mad at someone in a dream. It carries over into the next day.
I have never been mad at somebody in my dream to turn around and wake up and still be mad at them.
I don't understand that.
Because I know. Oh.
I've been mad at people in my dreams
You've been mad at me.
that don't even exist in the world.
And I've never woken up mad at somebody. I've woken up scared. I've woken up.
Okay.
Yeah, it's weird.
That's good for you, I guess. I don't know what that is like. But that is the big scene. That is the thing that people most remember about this film.
Yes.
I believe is the singing, his big moment to sing on the football field in the stadium. And, he chooses, even though Michael and Cameron provide that impetus for do this, be vulnerable, he chooses to do it in the most public way possible on loudspeaker.
Yes.
Which is very unusual. And he does it in such a cool way that even though this is very self-deprecating, he still pulls it off with this real style.
Yes.
And the slap on the ass of the security guard as he runs away is just like icing on the cake. And I don't know if that was something that he was supposed to do, or if it's something he just did in the moment, but it was a perfect moment.
That I don't know. But the school, it was actually originally built to be a grand chateau-style railroad station hotel. But there was a fire and there was damage. So instead, they renovated it and turned it into an actual high school.
Oh, well, good.
And it's located it's called Stadium High School, and it's in Tacoma, Washington. And every single scene in this movie was filmed on a site and not a set.
Yeah.
There are no sets. However, they did not have a band. Julia Stiles actually suggested the Frankie Valli song. Can't take my eyes off of you because I have to look it up and read the words because, brain isn't working. But so they didn't have a football team. Not a football team, a band, a school band. So they actually, they found when they decided to do that, a band, one of the high school bands nearby, I think it was the Lincoln something high school, and they volunteered for that part to do that. Yeah. I'm just trying to find the school because I did not write that down.
Okay. Well, I'll continue talking while you're looking at that.
Yeah, it was Lincoln High School Marching Band. Sorry.
Okay. So let's talk about the father for a minute because there are some things, and I want to talk about how he kind of maneuvers in this film, or how he is really a rock in the stream in this film. And that's Walter Stratford, their father, who's played by Larry Miller.
Yes.
Who did The Nutty Professor, Pretty Woman, The Princess Diaries.
Yep.
And you said he did 10 Things I Hate About You, the TV series, right?
Yeah, he played the same character.
I never saw it, but I didn't either. Know about it.
Didn't know about it at all.
And I think I did know that he played in it. I just didn't know that he played the father in it.
I didn't look into it, so I don't know anybody else that carried over, but I did not. I didn't know about it at all.
Right. So Walter is an OBGYN who is obviously really mainstreaming the whole idea of pregnancy to his children.
He is a single father at this point trying to raise two girls and not knowing the best way to do it. And he sees teenage pregnancy a lot. So I can understand that aspect of it. But he is so off the mark on a lot of the what.
He's absurdly overprotective. There's no way to get around it. He's painfully overprotective to the point where there's no way he's not going to drive this wedge between them so much that his children will never speak to him again if he does not change in this film. He has very little chance of changing minds when Kat is off to college.
Oh, yeah. And he doesn't want her to go to college because she wants to go to college on the East Coast.
Right. Well, he has these insane curfews.
Mm-hmm.
They're unreal. And he has this thing of the belly pregnancy suit, which is this weighted suit that makes you appear pregnant. And he makes Bianca wear it before she goes on her date.
I know.
And it's a little bit insane.
It is.
That is way overboard. And he has a lot of misogynistic ideals that he holds up. Mm-hmm. Even if he doesn't directly apply them to his daughters,
no,
he's inferring a lot to them so that they understand that he just doesn't really see them as people very much.
Well, he still sees them as his children. I mean,
Yeah.
they are your children, but they're also, they are still young girls who are becoming women and are wanting to express themselves and be like their friends. What he reminds me of is a cousin of mine who was much older than me. And when I was, I guess, about 17 or so, I used to wear this little bag of crystals on my neck because I thought it was cool and everything. And he took a piece of a napkin and wrote the word no on it. And very creepily, because this is a creeper of a human being to begin with. I'm sorry, how many times can a man who is at least 10 years older than me tell me how he... No, I know he's not 10 years older. He's probably like 20 years older than me. He's a lot older than me. Tell me that, I remember when I changed your diapers. It's like, at some point that's just really disgusting, man.
Much.
But he took the crystal bag from my neck. He didn't take it off my neck. He just took it away from my chest, and he tucked the little piece of paper into it. And he goes, anytime a man asks, or a boy asks you for anything, you just show him this little piece of paper. Why? I am literally... Actually, I think I was even younger. I think I was 15 when he did that, because I remember thinking, I have not had sex yet. What the hell are you asking me?
So weird.
I know.
It's not his responsibility.
It's not his responsibility. He's like a second cousin. He's like my mom's cousin.
Yeah. No, that's creepy.
Very creepy. And he's always been a creepy person. So, fuck him. And I hope he listens, and I hope he figures out that I'm talking about him, because you know what? Fuck you, dude. And this is why we don't talk to you in the family. But
that's a good reason, though.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Walter is that rock in the stream. Mm-hmm. Everything kind of flows around him, but without Walter's overprotectiveness, it's out of love, but it's also really out of fear.
Oh, definitely.
He has to learn to step away from that fear and embrace love a little bit more. He loves them very much, but he has to stop guiding by fear.
Oh, yeah.
But without that, there would not have been the mechanism by which Michael and Cameron would have needed to...
Oh, yeah, because then Cameron...
create the scenario.
Yeah, Cameron would have been able to basically, court.
Yeah, he would have just been able to task her out and go out.
But she would have been dating somebody else already.
Sure. So all of this would not have happened because, Kat probably wouldn't be as negative about dating because Joey's hurt was compounding the hurt she already felt and her struggles with her father.
Well, I don't know. I see, honestly, I think she still probably would have been herself, only because the reason she gives is because she had sex with Joey because everybody was doing it.
Sure.
And then she decided, when she told him she didn't want to do it anymore, and then he became a complete bitch about it, she decided she didn't want to do what everybody else does. And she wanted to be herself. So I could see that still happening.
Yeah, but probably not to the extent.
Maybe.
I think a lot of the things she says are to spite her father.
But remember, her dad didn't say, her dad did say at first that she couldn't date until she graduated. But then he rescinded that.
Right. And changed it for, if Kat goes, you can go.
Yeah. And if Kat's dating, then you can date.
It's a real Little Women situation, I think. So, which is funny because it's another... yeah. But yeah, I think this movie it's got a lot of levels to it. A lot of these things that we have like the live band.
Yes.
You ever have a live band at your prom?
No.
I haven't. I've never seen someone live DJ, maybe. Never a live band. That's crazy.
So we were talking during the movie. I didn't know that the rest of the world didn't have their prom at a hotel. So we did. We had our prom at, I honestly don't even remember what the hotel was, but remember it was on the ocean. It was fancy.
Yeah.
I mean, it was like a wedding, kind of going to a wedding reception type of thing. But I did not know until I moved to Texas, and my friend at the time was telling me about the proms that they have there for the kids. And I was like, they have it in the high school. They don't have it at a hotel? What hotel would they go to? Because we're in the middle of the desert. Where do they go? No. Now, here where we live, there's a venue that they do have their prom at. Because honestly, the cafeteria here, this high school is not very big, but it is a small high school. But they do have it at this
it is not
area.
Typical to have them at another venue. Typically, they just have it at the gym.
It's just, so I didn't know that was a thing. So I would see proms in movies. Now, granted.
Well, like Psych, when they have the reunion in the gym.
Yeah.
That was our prom. And it was under the sea or some crazy, stupid thing.
Oh, I forget what mine was. It was,
I actually don't remember what ours was, but it was very stereotypical.
They picked like the weirdest song. Wonderful Tonight. Or something like that because
I don't doubt that at all.
Because the song that the seniors voted for was that fucking song where the guy takes
Cotton Eye Joe?
No.
Sorry.
I don't like you sometimes. No, I think, is it a God, I can't think of words anymore. What the hell? Famous guitarist. Layla.
Which one? That's Eric Clapton.
Eric Clapton.
It's the same thing.
I know.
Oh, okay.
That's who I'm talking about. Famous guitarist.
Okay.
And I couldn't think of his name.
Okay.
So I think he did the song Wonderful Tonight.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That's what I wanted to verify.
Okay. That's what I was confused about.
Okay.
I thought you were saying.
And if you listen to the song,
different musician.
The song is about a guy who goes out with his wife or girlfriend, and he gets a little bit tipsy, and he's got a headache, but she keeps taking care of him because, and he looks at her like, I love you. Yeah. But that has nothing to do with prom. Why is that chosen?
At least they didn't do Lay Down Sally.
That's true. I don't remember what the other choices were. I mean, it's been a few years, like a couple decades. But in 1992, there were better songs that would have been a bit more of a theme.
Well, of course there were. And we got them.
Yeah.
We got them in this film.
Oh, God, yeah. I mean, 92, 99. Yeah, but still.
Sure, in that area, though. I mean, we're talking about like Letters to Cleo.
Anything.
Fantastic. Save Ferris.
Mm-hmm.
Utterly fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Two great bands, and I love that they were in there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, these are like, every time I see it, I'm like, I'm reminded of
now I gotta go listen to some Letters to Cleo.
I know. and it's just one of those things like a live band at a prom, but you're also like,
we had a DJ.
Save Ferris is doing the prom, and that's pretty awesome.
My junior prom we held at the intermediate school because the intermediate school had a really cool cafeteria that was enclosed in glass inside.
Oh.
It was an inside enclosure. It's weird.
You had fancy stuff.
Yeah, that was the new school. And so, they did that for our junior prom, but our senior prom was at a fancy hotel. It's growing up on the shore. And when all your classmates are rich,
sure,
kids from, doctors and lawyers, and you're the poor kid, you kind of got to deal with that. But yes, prom is a nightmare, and I hate it.
Well, and we had Gabrielle Union, who played Chastity, who was the one who kind of went to Joey.
Yes.
In the film.
Yes.
And she doesn't really factor a lot in. She's kind of like in...
She's her friend. She's Bianca's friend, but she's really like, as soon as the opportunity strikes, she's, stab you in the back.
And she wasn't even that way before.
No.
But the thing is, and I think what changed for her, because even though she doesn't really factor into the film very much, it's when she was pushed in front of Cameron.
Yes.
As a deflection. And she's like, you're using me as a prop?
Yes. And then later on, when Joey, quote unquote, chooses her, that she kind of rubs it into Bianca's face and is like, well, he paid for,
Yeah, because you used me as a prop. I thought I was your friend, but you used me as a prop.
Yeah.
Something to deflect Cameron for you, rather than you just say the words, how little do you think of me?
Yeah.
So I understand Chastity's reasons for being
definitely.
catty to Bianca, which is funny, catty.
Ha ha.
So I understand that, but she doesn't play much more beyond that. And I want to shout out Miss Perky.
Miss Perky.
Who's Allison Janney.
Writing porn in her fucking free time.
Who was in West Wing, which I loved her.
I love her so much.
Juno, I, Tanya. She was in Mom, which was with Anna Faris.
Oh, okay.
So I thought that was cool. Not because we see the writers.
Yeah.
Also did House Bunny.
Yes. So she also did, not Anna Faris, Allison, right?
Yeah.
Okay. She was the voice of the I guess the influencer in the first Addams Family animated movie.
Oh, I would not have.
Oh, it's a cute.
I didn't even know they had an animated
Oh, yeah,
movie.
it's actually weirdly cute. I actually like this movie. But yeah, she's what the influencer who's trying to make like the whole town this perfect town. She's like kind of got like the whole like HGTV house flipper type of a thing, and she's creating this perfect town. And and it's you know her voice as soon as you hear it. So I knew it was her. Yeah, I love it.
So here's a fun thing that I just learned, but it explains a lot about a scene.
Mm-hmm.
So when he brings her back from the party, when Patrick brings Kat back from the party in which she's really drunk,
yeah,
and she tries to kiss him,
mm-hmm.
he doesn't want to do that because she's drunk and he doesn't want to take advantage of her. And she leaves the car,
mm-hmm.
and I made the comment, so he's just going to drive her car home. It's his car.
It was his
it's
car.
It's literally his car in real life. I didn't know that.
Oh, it was his car in real life?
It's his real car in real life.
Oh, that is so funny.
That's his red Dodge Dart GT.
That's not what he was driving in that scene. He was driving the green truck. She has the red car.
No, he drives the truck later. When they're having the fight, when she leaves.
I'm pretty sure that was what pulled away. No. I'm sorry, but that's what I thought.
No, it's the red car. When he brings her home mm-hmm. from the party in which she is drunk and dances on the table.
Yeah, I get that.
That's her red car, but it's his.
I didn't realize he was driving that. I thought he was driving.
The green truck is what he drives home after they have a paintball fight.
Okay. I thought that was what he was pulling away with. When you said that, I looked up and I thought that's what I saw was the green car.
Nope. But that's the whole thing is, I was like, why is he just sitting in her car? Is he going to take off with it?
Mm-hmm.
It was his car. He probably just drove it home that day.
Okay.
So how do you feel about the movie now? Or is there something about the movie that you want to talk about before we end out?
Yes. There are choice words that if you are unhappy about, I understand.
Oh, yeah.
I think twice they use the R word that I don't like to say.
Yes. Bianca does it once at the stairwell. Oh, I wanted to mention something about the house.
Mm-hmm.
So throughout the movie, you have studio production. Mm-hmm. Okay. It's all well audioed. Mm-hmm. To say the word.
Yeah.
It's well done for the audio. Everything is crisp and clear. Mm-hmm. But in the house, when Kat is on the stairwell mm-hmm. of their house going up to the second floor, it echoes. And I thought that was a really nice touch because it lent depth to the house itself.
Well, yeah, because it is a real house. Then they filmed inside and outside this house.
But they didn't try to kill that echo. They allowed that echo to be there.
It makes sense. It makes it more lived in, more real.
It's a very small thing, but I thought it was really cool.
That house is still standing in Tacoma.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. It's actually, and
so the house on the outside that you see, they actually filmed on the inside of it as well.
Yes, that is that. Like I said, everything was real.
It's a nice house.
There are no sets involved in this whole entire film. Everything is real.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, it's the choice of certain words. And honestly, maybe it's because I'm older now. And it didn't notice these things when I was younger, but I get really skeeved out. I mean, what were they in their 20s when they filmed this? Because they were not teenagers.
No.
So, but I still get skeeved out when like he's calling her sexy.
Well, that's not true because Julia Stiles was 17.
Okay, and how old was he?
I don't know how old he was. How do I have to know everything?
You happen to know how old she was.
I only know it because it was in my notes. Why would you call me out? Now I have to look this up? This is unfair. Heath, you go ahead and talk. I'm going to look it up.
So yeah, no, I just kind of got skeeved out by that. And I find myself having that issue with a lot of movies that we watch or even TV shows, and it's younger people and they'll say that.
He was also a teenager at 19 years old.
So I'm still skeeved out by it because when I was 19, yeah, that would have been like a cool thing. And even in my 20s, I would not even bat an eye at it. But right now, watching this movie, it kind of just made me really just feel icky. When he's calling her sexy and I'm going, "Your babies."
Yeah, but I can see, because when we were 19 and 17, sexy to each other didn't seem weird.
Oh, no, and I know that. And I honestly think it's because of my current profession and the fact that I usually am in schools with kids. And so when I hear these things, especially when I was at the high school, it would freak me out.
Oh, no, the skeevy thing is the pulling her shirt up and showing the teacher.
David Leisure. I don't.
Tits.
How dare you, David Leisure? No, it's not his fault. It was
It's not his fault, but it is so highly inappropriate.
Yeah.
First of all, would she do that?
No, nobody.
I don't think.
Not
I don't
a feminist.
think Kat, in being who she is, would do that.
So now there's the argument saying that because she is a feminist and that's a power move, and it was a power move, but also it was an unnecessary move to get his attention, to keep his attention away.
Sure,
so that
kick him in the balls.
It's her coach, and she was trying to get his attention so that way Patrick could get out of detention and sneak off with her. And I get, she was trying to like divert him by, I have this idea and we could do this, that, and the other thing at our next game. But at the last minute, she flips up her shirt and it's like, I don't think she would have done that. Like, so when I write characters and I put something off the wall asinine like that in there, my character would say to me, in my head, this not really say it to me, but be like, I wouldn't do that. You kind of get a feeling, okay, this doesn't feel right. The character wouldn't do that. And I feel like, did anybody stop that with her? Like, I don't know. Obviously not. They put it in the movie.
Right. But he kept staring. He didn't like look away. Mm-hmm. That would pretty much ensure that had happened. If I was a teacher and someone did that, I would look away.
Yeah.
So I would see Patrick trying to get out of the window. It is not something I would just stare down at.
No. I would have looked away. Yeah.
And he just kind of stands there, and that tells you the time that we're in, because at that time it was, I'm not saying it's acceptable then, but it was a hell of a lot less legislated against then.
Well, I don't think necessarily he would have been put in any form of probation because he did not instigate it. But now...
Sure, but he didn't seem concerned either. He just seemed annoyed.
Yeah, well, nowadays, even if it's not your fault, you get fucking thrown in probation and put on leave.
So he wasn't worried about it enough, I think is what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
But she doing that, I guess it's rebellious in a way.
Yeah,
but for some reason, it skeeves me out. Not that she did it, but that he kept looking.
Well, yeah. And again, though, a lot of people would be like, she's doing it it's a power move because, it's her body, her power.
Sure.
But also, my body, my power, and I don't need to show it to you, I don't know.
There are other things to do. Maybe turn around and punch the student behind you.
Yeah, trip them, make them fall. I don't know, anything, just do something.
Anything at all other than raise your shirt. And it's fine. I think it's great that through the entire thing, she doesn't wear a bra. She doesn't at all. Not through the entire thing. And that's showing that feminist side of her, that she's not going to be bound by their traditions or their ideas. But, that raising the shirt up thing, it throws like it's a still moment. It's a moment where you're going, what the fuck, man? Is the guy looking too long, or is it because she raised her shirt up? Which is the issue?
Well,
and for me, it's that he was staring.
Oh, no. Definitely he was staring. And you know what? I wish I could have been the feminist who didn't wear a bra all the time. I really wish I could. But my girls was too big for that.
Well, Julia could get away with it.
Yeah.
And you could get away with it too. Anybody can. You can just choose not to do it.
I don't like the feel of the weight.
But that's not the point. That's not the point at all.
No.
It's that anybody can choose not to wear the bra because a bra is not a mandated piece of clothing.
No, you can choose, but that doesn't mean that it will make your life easy.
No, it's not. And sometimes it's not easy, and people choose to do it anyway.
Yes. I am not that person.
Do we have any other things that
No, I think that's pretty much all my complaints.
Okay, well, I'm glad we got the complaints.
I'm taking it up with HR. Looking at you, Shakespeare. No. I mean, the man made dick jokes an event.
Sure.
So it is time once again for the stitch count. We're going to look at it. We're going to see if it is definitely going to hold its weave today. Or is it just an old rag thrown in the river?
Let's talk about the Castellini test.
Let us do.
There have to be at least 2 named women characters with at least 5 lines of dialogue each.
Caterina and Bianca.
True. Those characters must have a conversation, not necessarily with the other woman, either not about their partner or with their partner, future or current, and not about their relationship.
Well, the conversation that Kat and Bianca have together is not necessarily about a relationship. It's about the lack thereof and the fact that that she can't date until her sister does.
It's about their arguments between their 2 different personalities and being sisters.
Yes.
So a lot of this is a sisterly kind of contention. At least one of the women has to be integral to the plot, meaning that if she were written out of the film, it could not reach the same ending.
Either sister.
That is true. I think it takes both.
Yes, so we have definitely passed Castellini.
Absolutely. Now let's take a look at inclusivity. Now that's an on or off situation, and it's a max of 4 points. Racial diversity with agency, not just background.
Well, I mean, Chastity-ish. She's not background. I mean, she's got lines, but she's not a major character.
Yes, but let's not forget Daryl Mitchell, who plays Mr. Morgan.
Oh, yeah.
He is very much in this film and very much in the forefront of this.
He is a teacher who says like you said earlier, he says the loud parts out, or the quiet parts out loud.
And he also says, go to see the principal or go to the office.
Or go to the office. Is there a principal? No, there's a guidance counselor.
No,
we've not seen a principal.
Yeah, it's just Miss Perky. That's all there is.
But he does say things that as a teacher, you cannot really be saying out loud. Even in high school, you got to kind of let those things slide.
I do like that he did this little rap.
Yeah.
The Shakespearean rap. I like that he did that because it woke Kat up a little bit.
It did.
She was not expecting it.
No, and it's so funny because when she asks a question and he's expecting her to fight him on the assignment, and she's like, I just want to know, do you want it in iambic pentameter? And he's like,
get out.
Yeah, he's like, go to the office. What? I was just asking a question. You're not going to fight me on this one? Get out. He didn't know how to handle that.
Didn't know what to do with it. So I think that is
that point, huh?
Racial diversity with agency. LGBTQ presence that isn't a punchline or tragedy.
There is none.
There is not.
Not even anything we can infer either.
I don't think there's anything that I can... I mean, unless you get the longing looks that people give Patrick, that men give Patrick. But,
everybody loves Patrick.
But sometimes I think it's just me putting that in there. Cameron was not looking lovingly into Patrick's eyes when they first met.
No. But he did say he was pretty.
But he should have, and he is pretty, and that's all there is to it. So no, unfortunately, there is no LGBTQ presence to speak of at all.
Yes.
And that is a tragedy.
Yes.
Unless you want to count what could be considered, I guess, a lesbian club, But it was just a bunch of women going to see Letters of Cleo.
Yeah,
So
really, that's all it was.
that's all it was. Which is good enough for me, but it is not an LGBTQ thing.
Though honestly, when they were going by the white Rastas, because that's not racism.
Oh yeah, that's terrible.
It did look like two of them were dudes kissing in a chair, but I'm pretty sure it was a guy and a girl.
Probably.
It was just hard to tell because everybody looked the same. White blonde with dreadlocks.
Sure.
And a lot of Tams that did not belong wearing Rasta Tams.
Exactly. So yeah, I won't get that.
No.
Age, body type, or disability treated with dignity.
Well, I want to say yes, only just because nobody gives a shit about, they don't make any comments about Miss Perky, or they make no comments about her dad, other than him just being who he is. Did they make any body comments?
So let's look at it beyond what the characters say, but what the film says. Miss Perky is a caricature.
Oh, yeah, no, totally.
The father is a caricature.
Yeah, okay.
So in that way, can you say that age plays with dignity in this?
No.
Or do we have to say that in a way it's saying that because you're old, you're out of touch with the people around you, the students?
I mean, I don't think Miss Perky is out of touch. I just think she no longer has any fucks to give. Because she's writing her porn.
I'm asking the question, not trying to infer an answer.
I mean, I don't know. I honestly don't know. I think that because if you look at body type, everybody's perfect. All the students, everybody's perfect.
Except the father.
And
Walter, who does 7 sit-ups. Sit-ups on the Rocky thing.
Yes.
I don't know what that is.
But. And, and there's no person of disability
that we know of,
because you do not see them on screen.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, you can say that they are caricatures because, again, they're the out-of-touch adults.
But they are a necessary caricature for the father, at least.
Mm-hmm.
It's necessary for the story.
I guess.
And they don't disrespect him.
No, they don't disrespect him. And they don't disrespect Miss Perky either.
Sure.
But, I mean, God, that name.
Yeah.
And she writes porn.
Unfortunate name, yes. Maybe a great name for, the author of a...
Yeah. I mean...
romance novels. Sure. Quivering members and all.
What is it? Right? Tumescent? Is that the word?
Tumescent.
Yes.
So, yeah. I mean, I think... Let's say it passes because I don't see anything that's necessarily without dignity.
There's no lack of dignity. It's just no praising, no acknowledgement.
Sure. Camera gaze, not relentlessly sexualized or punitive.
Even though girl flashes her titties, you don't see nothing. So I want to say...
There's no lingering on any certain part for anybody.
No, she's fully blocked by... David Leisure's
throughout
back.
the film, no one has really been lingered on.
No.
The camera's not lovingly hugging anyone.
No, and you're not getting cleavage shots, and no one's wearing anything seductively low cut. It's just a bunch of teenage girls wearing teenage girl clothing.
Right. That's exactly the point.
1999. With butterfly clips and all.
Okay, so that passes.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to the Trimmers Index. And that goes from 0, which is below Trimmers, fails the basics, to 4, exceeds Trimmers, rare, powerful, and intentional.
Well, I'm going to say... Oh, shit. I was going to say 2, but that last part gets us every time. Maybe it's 1.
Really?
Well, like I said, I wanted to say 2, but that no one is diminished to make someone else look cool. But that's kind of the whole thing, in a way.
Sure, but I was going to go with 3. That it's Tremors level, the gold standard, and let's go through that and see if it meets up.
Okay.
See if you can knock it down. Competence is distributed across gender, age, class, and personality.
I disagree.
Really?
So, they are all very... affluent children.
Sure.
Even our buddy Patrick, even though he drives a shitty beater truck, he didn't really care about the money. The money was good, but he really didn't give, it was there, but it wasn't like, there was no idea of
Well,
him
these are
hurting.
kids, so they have parents.
Yes.
So, yeah.
So there's that. And so the class is not there. They, and the personality, so it's not distributed across personality equally because it is also, you got Joey, who is very incompetent, but he thinks he's competent. And then you've got Bianca, who becomes competent. And
I don't know. They all survive school.
yeah, but we all survive high school. I mean,
Yeah,
most
but I'm
of us
saying
do.
they're not incompetent because they're who they are. Joey has a successful modeling career.
True.
This isn't about his intelligence or his ability to deal with situations.
Mm-hmm.
It's about, is he a competent person able to stand on his own? And it seems like he is.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, again, I have an issue with the class aspect of it.
They are all of the same class.
They are.
Except for Patrick, who is relatively poor and still manages to fit in with everybody. No one's looking down on him because he's poor.
No, but it's no, I mean, I don't know. I guess so.
I mean, even through the different stereotypes that are played out oddly in this high school, in which you have the Rastas and you have cowboys.
Yeah, weirdly. They even make fun of that fact.
I don't understand what the cowboy thing is. You have a lot of different factions, but they all kind of stand equally among themselves. So no one's like, well, these are just completely useless and we're going to like bash them.
Mm-hmm.
No, they accept that those are Rastas and those are, they think they're black but they're white kids.
Yeah.
And, and these are the cowboys. They're still enjoying themselves. They're not marginalized because of who they are.
I know. No, you're right. Though I have to think it's almost making fun of most high school movies because instead of having the obvious cliques, they're off the wall cliques. You got the yuppies.
Mega cliques.
Yeah.
And I think that this is just showing that there's a wide range in this of types of students that have formed together in their own little cells in this school, like many do, but this is more separated. You can see the separations. But I don't think competence is part of that.
Okay, I'll go with you.
Women make critical decisions without comment or apology.
Oh, definitely that one, because Bianca punching Joey in the face, she doesn't even, this is for making my boyfriend bleed, and this is for my sister? Fuck you.
And Kat's not waiting for anyone's comment or apology.
Mm-hmm.
The narrative assumes equality and moves on.
I mean, I guess so, yeah.
I don't see a way in which it doesn't.
Yeah.
Everybody seems to be equal, and this is more about different personality types coming to terms with each other, not about whether or not they're equal.
Yeah.
Survival requires cooperation, not dominance. So Michael and Cameron, they're doing these things behind the scenes to create situations. So they cooperate.
Mm-hmm.
But then you have Bianca and Chastity who cooperate. And they cooperate amongst each other. Bianca and Cameron, Patrick and Michael and Cameron. They all at one time or another are cooperating in order to make things happen.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
so
you're
I don't see that goes beyond, the survival, not dominance thing. I don't think it becomes a dominance issue.
No one's, yeah.
Patrick, who is the scariest person in the room, is not dominant over everyone.
I mean, Joey's dominant, but he's also because he's got money.
Well, and Kat doesn't put up with this bullshit. But if you notice, Cameron, who is the affable, somewhat scared of him at the very start, still tells Patrick to his face, stop being a dick.
Yeah.
And show vulnerability.
Yeah.
So it's not like they're like,
Did you catch that his name is Cameron James?
Yeah. I saw that.
I kept wanting to say James Cameron through this whole entire podcast, guys.
So yeah, I think it's Tremors level.
Okay, no
gold
worries.
Standard.
I will go with you on that one. And that gives it a 7 out of 9 stitch count.
Okay, that's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
So now that we have the 7 of 9 stitch count, thanks for visiting with us for 10 Things I Hate About You 1999. That's Cozy Quilt Cinema. I'm Beth. That's Michelle. Thanks for being in the blanket fort. If this episode stirred up something, come tell us about it at cozyquiltcinema.com. There you can find us on Instagram and Blue Sky. If you're new here, stick around and subscribe. And if you're already one of us, a rating helps more than you know. We can't wait to see you right here in the blanket fort next week, where we'll be talking to Elenia Humphreys, a good friend who has been with us before and is coming back again to talk about a movie that she chose, which is Project Hail Mary.
Awesome.
Which is going to be fantastic because you and I have not seen it at all.
Yes. Also, before we leave, I just want to acknowledge that recently in the past week, or maybe a week and a half, because I can't remember when the first one passed away, but Brenda Frick, who played Mike Myers' mom in So I Married an Axe Murder, she passed away this past week or so. And then Glenn Hansard, who we covered in the movie Once, also tragically passed away this week.
Yeah, that's 2 actors we covered in 2 different episodes. You should go back and listen to them, not because they passed away, but because it's a good way to just remind yourself of their impact in those films. We talk about them fairly extensively, especially in Once. That's pretty much about him, and she is prominent in So I Married an Axe Murder because she is a very big personality.
She really is. So until next time, Romeo, Romeo, wherefore art thou, Romeo? Okay, wrong play. Sorry. Bye.
Something Capulet.
Deny thy father, refuse thy name.
I don't want to hear it. Bye.
Bye.
I hate the way you talk to me and the way you cut your hair. I hate the way you drive my car. I hate it when you stare. I hate your big dumb combat boots and the way you read my mind. I hate you so much it makes me sick. It even makes me rhyme. I hate it. I hate the way you're always right. I hate it when you lie. I hate it when you make me laugh, even worse when you make me cry. I hate it when you're not around and the fact that you didn't call. But mostly I hate the way I don't hate you. Not even close, not even a little bit, not even at all.